So I should have worn underwear. Not tonight. I saw one look right there, and that's not tonight. That's when the story occurred. I'm covered tonight. The night that this occurred, I should have worn underwear. I was in Chicago on my way to a date with a man that I met online, and I was determined to make it work. I hadn't quite yet defined for myself what determined might mean, whether it was not make a fool of myself or go as far as marry him, reproduce, and buy property, but I was determined. And looking back on it, my determination translated into an outfit that made me seem like I took myself way too seriously, especially for early evening in summer on Tuesday night in Bucktown, Chicago. So I had worn a vintage top, a pencil skirt, ridiculous heels, and then I wore Spanx. And if you're not familiar with Spanx, they are this kind of boxer brief type spandex nylon, sweaty, smelly, elastic underwear for women that sucks everything in and pushes it up. And some versions of Spanx have a flap in the crotch that enables you to pee quickly, kind of like men's briefs or boxer shorts. Yeah. So I'm on my way to this date, and I get to the intersection of Milwaukee, Damon, and North. Quite frankly, possibly the busiest intersection in Chicago, as my date later says. And I see him, he's across the street, he's tall and he's handsome. We lock eyes, and I watch as his face falls, as he apparently does not like what he sees. I pull myself together. I am burning with that peculiar shame and embarrassment that happens only when you put yourself out there and you do not succeed, or even worse, when you're dating and someone finds you less than desirable. I summon up my courage, I get my balance squared, I walk across the street, and he proceeds to be the biggest douchebag I have ever been on a date with. But I am in Bucktown, and there are hipsters everywhere, and I am wearing vintage. So I'm like, fuck this, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna have a drink. So I don't feel as good as that sounds. He won't look me in the eye. He's walking 2 steps in front of me. He's barely making conversation with me. And I'm having this mental conversation where voice 1 says, Jami, what are you doing? Get the hell out of here. You've still got your dignity. Voice 2 says, I'm in Spanx. I am going to have a drink. And we go to the curb, to step off the curb. And if you've not been in that neighborhood, there are some antique fucking curbs. And I swear they are 2 feet tall in some places. And we're stepping off such a curb, and I am feeling horrible, but even worse, I feel my lower body go offline. It is like everything from the waist down has stopped responding to me, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to fall. And as I lose my balance and pitch forward, I say something kind of faintly, I'm sure, because I'm upset as hell, and the traffic just blares it out, and I reach for him, and I reach for his sleeve, and he literally steps just out of my reach as I fall forward and face plant in the street across from a Channel 5 news truck doing a live feed. The other way, though. They were pointing the other way. It's a yard sale fall. I lose my sunglasses. I lose my heels. I lose my purse. My arms come out. I bust my nose and my chin. My legs come apart, and my skirt comes up, way up. In fact, it rolls up like a window shade above my waist. And I feel heat on a part of me that is not used to feeling sunlight and summer heat. And as I'm laying there, I sort of have an out-of-body experience. I suddenly become aware of what I must look like from above as traffic speeds in front of me. I wonder, what must I look like to the people at the diner behind me with window seating? What must I look like to this man? I know it can't be good. My thighs with that awkward hard line of the elastic of the Spanx crushing my cellulite into weird patterns. And what my crotch must look like bursting forth from my Spanx. And I come back to myself, but as I do, I have a philosophical moment, and it's Jami. This must be a message from the universe. Jami, he literally stepped out of your reach. Jami, he's a fucking douchebag. And I realize the grand message must be, besides underwear and other things related, that I need to pick myself up, shake it off, regain my balance, and reconsider what type of person should be within my reach. Thank you.